we are going to turn right on over to Eugenia Kiss, and she is going to tell us all about that TUG life, reasons to attend and how to get involved in TUGs. So Eugenia, we will flip it over to you.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I will probably turn off my video just in case that it will be more smoother and start sharing my screen as well. And I'm actually very excited. Thank you very much for the opportunity to Emily and Cesar and Alex. And I'm actually excited to also to present after Sarah Bartlett, obviously because she's also London Tableau, from London Tableau user group. So, and I will also stop my video. Okay, so as I mentioned, my name is Eugenia Kies, and I'm analytics consultant at InterWorks, and I'm also a co-leader of the Netherlands Tableau user group. And today, I want to share with you why to attend user groups, what you can present there, and how you can get involved or even start a user group. And I want to start with okay, so just a second. Yes, and I want to start with my personal story. So how I got involved in the user group. And it all started in June 2017 because I was really lucky to attend my first user group, which was in London. And it was just a week after Tableau conference on tour, TCOT on tour. And there were 3 presentations and the networking part. And you can see here actually 3 presenters. Here on the left is my fellow colleague David Pires and European Iron Beast winner. And here you can see how he was presenting his visualization about the weather in the UK. Then we had a second presentation from François Allenstadt, Chief Product Officer of Tableau, and he was presenting product updates of Tableau. And I must say that this presentation was really, really amazing, not only because it was about Tableau and what's coming, but also because if you saw Francois on stage, he's a really great presenter. It's like a real show. And then third presentation was from Tim Guena, and he presented about the quantified self project. Here is actually like one of the visualizations he showed us. So he collected data from all the gadgets and devices that he was using, and then using Alteryx, he put it all together and created several charts in Tableau. It was a really interesting presentation, and at the same time was a little bit creepy because you understand what actually, what data are you sharing and what your gadgets know about you. And after this event, when I came home, I got so excited because, it was such a great evening. I started to search if we have something like that in Netherlands, because I'm mostly based in Netherlands, in Amsterdam. And I found out that, unfortunately, Netherlands Tableau user group ceased to exist. And luckily, at that time, also in summer 2017, these 3 people, Jim, Jada, and Philip, they got together and decided to restart a user group. And they announced their first restart event on October 2017 in Eindhoven. And when I saw this announcement, I right away reached out to organizers, to them, and asked if I can get involved and if they need any help. Well, long story short, I ended up actually presented there at this first event about best practices in data visualization. And here on the left, you actually can see a picture from that event, on the left, staying there. We have also the setup was that we had 2 presentations and the networking part. And after that, I actually joined the team. And we're successfully right now running an event in the Netherlands, which is a quarter event. Here on the left, on the right, you can see a video. I won't play it right now, but because we are traveling event, so we always have a little bit different setup, and we created short videos, just a teaser, what people can expect if they go there. So this one, for instance, was in a church. So this was my story, and now I want to go and explain you, why to participate in the user group. And there are, of course, different reasons, and hopefully everyone will find something for themselves. And one of the most important parts, I would say, it's networking, because there you can meet very interesting people. Tableau community is very famous for these Tableau enthusiasts. And this is exactly people who are going to these events. Also, you can learn new features like tips and tricks. From time to time, there are some Tableau representatives coming and showing new features like Tableau Prep, for instance. So we also had, when Tableau Prep was launched, we had a presentation from Tableau. So people know right away and can ask questions about the new things that are coming. You can also hear what others are doing. So quite often, in organization, if you are alone in your department working in Tableau, go out there and see what others solve in this Tableau. Maybe it's completely different stories, or maybe at the same time, it's actually something that you were struggling with, and you can learn something there from these people. And you obviously can broaden your horizon with these events. I can tell you that because of Tableau user groups, I really improved not only my skills, but I also just was exposed to many, many different use cases. And you can also meet data visualization celebrities, like Sarah Bartlett, for instance, or Cole Knatlik, which I, for instance, attended Tableau user group in London also a month ago, and she had a workshop there. So here is just, I put 2 agendas, what you can expect at Tableau user group. Most of the time, it's around 3 hours. So this is on the left is from our last event. We had 3 presentations and then a networking part. On the right side, I put the agenda from Atlanta user group, which is also quite famous. It's one of the first user groups in Tableau world. And if you already been at Tableau user group, here are some tips what you can present maybe, because maybe you already were thinking about presenting, but were not sure what exactly you can share with the community, right? So one of the most important things I would say is you need to present what you really like, what you are interested in, and what you are passionate about. And it can be something that you just recently solved. Maybe you implemented some interesting feature in your organization, and right now everyone likes it. So, and it's really a great opportunity to share it with the community. It can be just small tips and tricks that will make your life easier in Tableau. And it can be maybe a personal story. So how Tableau actually help you maybe find a new job. Or it can be also a customer story. So how you use Tableau in your organization, what questions you're answering with Tableau, and so on. Obviously, Tableau is very famous in educating people about data visualization. So this is also a great topic. It's about data visualization, user experience, design, best practices, and so on. And one of the topics which is also quite famous is performance, how to improve performance on a server or a desktop. Also, it can be something from some industry. So anything that you think is interested to you, you can be sure that there will be people who will be interested in this as well. So why to present at the Tableau events, right? Again, there could be several reasons. One of the reasons it's easier networking. And why? Because when you present, then you introduce yourself, and then people will come to you, with the questions. They already know your name. You don't need to start the conversation because they will start the conversation with you. It's also a great possibility to build a personal brand. Many Tableau Zen masters or ambassadors, they presented different Tableau events at Tableau Conference, Tableau Fringe Festival, and Tableau user groups. And then the last one, I would say also one of the most important for me personally also, it's hear feedback. So if you are planning to present at Tableau Conference, or maybe it will be a big summit in your organization, Tableau user group is a great platform where you can actually practice, present it, and then hear feedback about how people react on this. Or it can be that you are interested in some topic, but you don't know that many people who are interested in this. So when you present a Tableau user group, you will hear these people are coming to you and you can start a conversation about it. So here, how you can get involved or start a user group. And first, I put here a couple of links. I will right now open them in a browser. And I would start with finding a Tableau user group next to you. So here, for instance, you can go for just community on Tableau and find the user groups. Here you can see a workbook where all the user groups that right now are in the world. So if, for instance, we click on the US and Canada, obviously it will be filtered and you can find nearest user group, and also you can find how to reach out to organizer. Here at the bottom, you can also see some videos of what user groups are existing. So it can be a local group, it can be industry groups, and there are some also featured user groups with short videos and photos. The other one right now, it's a completely new platform. So Tableau started using it this year, and it's slightly different concept, but again, you can find the featured groups here. And then you can also find some user groups by location. So if I just go right now to ours, so here how it looks like, you can find some information about the user group. We are, for instance, we organize events mostly from 4 till 7 p.m. and how you can reach out to us. On average, we have around 70 people. The community in our user group is about 150 200 people, but we regularly have around 70 people who is joining us at the events. Then you can see some upcoming events and past events. So as I mentioned, so we just started to use this platform. Therefore, we just had a user group this Wednesday. Yeah, here then at the bottom, you can see some information about the leaders. I just opened here another example here from Atlanta user group. You can see that similar setup, but they had much more events. Yeah, they were using this platform longer. And here's Piper who's running the event. Then yeah, I would suggest that then you can join in this user group and you can contact organizers in person or maybe by email or some other like on Twitter, and yeah, like see, because we always looking for some interesting presentations, some interesting speakers. So don't be shy, definitely try it out, and you will not regret. So if you want to start a user group, for instance, you don't have next to you and you're already interested in this, again, there is a form, very easy form actually. You need to just fill out your information and then what type of the user group you want to start. If it's maybe company-specific user group or industry-related user group. And very easy form, as you can see, very short. After that, someone from the team will reach out to you. Otherwise, you can also use this question. All your questions you can send to this email, usergroups@tableau.com, very easy email. And I want to use this opportunity also to introduce you the team who is running these Tableau user groups and helping to make them successful around the world. Is just these three ladies. So they're very, very busy. Jordan Scott on the left, she's a global lead. She's traveling a lot and mostly she's based in London. Then Rasta, she's responsible for North America and she's based in Seattle. And here's Caroline on the right, and she's responsible for EMEA, and she's also based in London. They're very nice ladies. If you have any questions, yeah, reach out to them, and they will help you to make your user group successful. And so how you can get involved or start a user group. So if you want to start a user group, I definitely recommend to find your team. And to buy, here I can maybe go back into our example, because user group in the Netherlands actually exists for a couple of years, but it was only run by 1-2 people. And if you have a team, you can actually split your responsibilities. And if one leader, like, you know, have some other things and just cannot be involved in user group anymore, it's okay. the user group will still be running. In our case, for instance, Jade just moved to back to US, and we right now have 2 new colleagues who are running together with us, Angelina and Marlene. And honestly, it's just much more fun when you are in a group. You can, you have a lot of different ideas, and it's definitely recommend to find several people for running your user group. And then what you can expect if you are a Tableau user group leader. So you need to find the place where the user group will be. Is it always in the same place, or it's a traveling event? Because, for instance, in our case, it's a traveling event, so we travel from 2 different cities and different locations. We also need to define the regularity, if it's a monthly event, quarterly, or it's twice a year. And also the time, so because in some countries and some cities, people prefer to have it in the morning or during lunchtime. In our case, we do it in the evenings, and in London, they do it even later than us. So it depends really on the city. Then you just need to set up a regular calls with co-leaders and presenters, and you need to prepare the content. And most of the time, it's actually not taking that much time. So after a few events, it's already going very smooth, because some routine is just the same. And about preparing the content, I can tell you that setup can be very different of the user groups. So sometimes it can be 2 free presentations. Sometimes it can be just 1 workshop. It can be even Iron Quiz competition. And I definitely suggest to do surveys after every event. And first of all, you can ask people if they have ideas for presentations, or maybe what they want to hear. And this is how we build content. And also we can see what type of users we have. If we have more beginners, or it's a mix of advanced users and intermediate users. So then you can really adjust it to your community, what you have. And this is my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you have any questions, please, I'm really happy to answer them. And I definitely encourage everyone to go and explore user groups and get involved.
Great. So Eugenia, we have one question, which is, will this presentation be shared? Now, we know that, or you may not know that, we'll have all of the recordings available on YouTube in about 2 weeks. But do you have any plans to share this slide deck separate?
Of course, yes. Okay. Yes, it's no problem.
Perfect.
I can share it either on Twitter or just send it to you, so yes.
You can do both.
Definitely.
Now, Eugenia, one of the questions I have is, what if somebody is kind of shy or an introvert and they're not really comfortable with public speaking yet? What would be your advice, or would you encourage them to speak at a TUG? Can you speak a little bit about that?
Oh, definitely. So TUGs are actually very, very good for practicing it, I would say. So if you're shy, first I would suggest that maybe start with, let's say, tips and tricks. You can just prepare already your workbook. And just start with this and present maybe, because in some Tableau user groups, it can be a mix of 2-3 people presenting this, several tips and tricks during 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Then it just, it's a small slot, 5-10 minutes. And if you practice it upfront a little bit, then this is already a good start. And after that, you will see that actually you definitely will like it. And it's the more you do it, the more you like it, I think.
Awesome. And then we do have another question, which is, how do you make people aware of your TUG so they can attend?
Sure. So we have also a page on LinkedIn and on Twitter. So most of the time we are presenting, promoting it on Twitter and LinkedIn, but also, for instance, London user group is a great example. They have even Facebook page. It's a closed Facebook page for the community. So people who attended at least once, they already aware that the event is coming. Plus, as I mentioned, a team. So Jordan, Rasta, and Caroline, they send out email about the user group is coming to all the customers. So you definitely will see, like always, you also be like, we have approximately half of the people coming just from social media, that they were from social media, and half of the people are coming actually from this email subscription. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing this message with us today. I think Tug Life is important, and it's a great way, as we heard from Mark about internal tugs. We're talking to you now about more of the public Tableau user group. Thank you so much for being a leader in your community and sharing with us today. And so,
thank you, Emily, for the opportunity, and it's a great event.
Thank you so much. All right, we are going to flip it now to somebody I am super excited to bring on, Christina Gorga. She is a little dynamite and very knowledgeable about Tableau. She also, I just want to give a special shout out to her, she also won the Community Leader Award from Tableau, or the Community Founders Award from Tableau, in honor of Michael Christia, who Michael was a quiet leader and I think influenced Christina and so many of us. So I just want to give her that recognition of winning that award. So I am super pleased to have her on today to talk about data couture.